tone. Okay, and then we already have the Y shifted one. We didn't change sampling rate, whatever. We only changed the Y. So what are we going to do right now is that we want to save it into a new .wave file. So write to a WAV file, librosa. I know my video is taking some time, whatever, that's okay. So this is how you write it. You just, okay. The thing is, I found out that librosa write is not as good as sound file write. See, we used sound file load before. Sound file write. Blah 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 blah. SF dot write. See, this is exactly how it goes, and then you can just say, we already imported sound file as SF. I already think. Okay, then we need output file name. So the output file name is going to be sample 528.wav. However, we don't have to do this. We can say, actually this is not right. It was 432. So we can do this. Okay, how to work smart is that you have variables. And because it's Python, it's element by element assigning. So you can do this. And then you change everything accordingly. Of course you have to run it then. So this. And then Y shifted. And sampling rate. So this is how you get it. And then you run this. And then you run this. And then you see it ran without any major problems. And then let me open another window. List, downloads, demo, pitch. Yeah. And then you see I already have this file. And you see that the FP automatically puts the variable value in here. So that's it. You already have a new file that's named this way. Okay, so what are we going to do now is that we want to make the .wave file into a, what's that called, MP3 file. So you use ffmpeg to MP3, and then you see if anyone already have this solution, and yes, we do. So what are we going to do is that we're not, of course, not going to run it here. We have to use sample 528. I'm already tired. Sample 528. Okay, you can run it here, whatever. Okay, it's a comment anyways. So you make sure you didn't have any typo, and then you can already you already run this already, so you can just close it, whatever, and then you can use this. So what do you do here is that the input file is .wave file, and then you make it back into a 528 MP3, and then you're done. So you list it, and then you see, oh, there's a sample 528 MP3, and then if you want, you see it is 901. Oh wait, sorry, it's 928. So 928. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to listen to it. We're going to Okay, so we are going to go to here, and then we're going to rename it because I already have the same file name like this. So like, I don't know, like this, and then you're going to double click it, and then you will have whatever. So you have this, and then you can see that it's very high pitched because it's a high frequency. And then you have the sample one, and then you can change it because I have a repetitive name, so I have to change it before I play it. See the difference in pitch? So like, yeah, that's it. Anyways, so this is how you do it. So because one last thing, this last thing is actually really important to me in a way that I think is more handy. I always want to make sure that users have a better experience in it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you how dedicated I was, how desperate I was. Desperately speaking is that anyone who doesn't want to learn but only want to use, they could use it. How do I can't bring this down. Okay, so this is the actual file that you can run. So what you do is that you go to demo, and then you go to pitch perfect. What? Anyways, on the activate, what was my name? I forgot. It's called pitch. And then what you're going to do is that I went to run.sh. You could usually run it, but here I'm just going to do this. So like, I already have it as a 432. I can do it again. So 528. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this as sample 528. Oh, I can do this 528, and then this is going to be 432. And then because I have this, I have this one, right? I'm going to change this one back into 432. And then of course the file name is going to be different because the saving name, recall that we have the saving name like this. So it's going to be different. So I'm not going to overlap with each other. So this is what we're going to do. And then we ran it. And then we are supposed to have a new file right now, which is this one. So easy. We just do this, and then do this, and then specify the name that we want. Yeah, and then we're done. And then we have MP3 as well. So this is how you do it. So this is how we run it, because we already have a .py written like this. We don't have to have a Python notebook all the time. So this is exactly what we had before. Anyways, so this is how we do it. And you have your converter right here. I'm not going to talk about argparse. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Hiya!